Hello guys, welcome back to our anime explainer. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of BTTH The Flame Emperor Part 88 based on novel. So let's start. Boss, how do you sell this? Mu Yingying asked, also staring at the small thing in her hand. It's not expensive, just a first-order first-grade profound pill. Or 1 million gold coins can barely be taken away. The stall owner also said. What? It costs 1 million gold coins. Or is it an emperor rank first-grade Xiandan? Mu Yingying also moved her lips in surprise, and then her beautiful eyes moved away from the jade rabbit in her hand, and then faced the lean man in front of her. Road. 1 million gold coins is not a small amount, even if the value of the thing in front of you is expensive. It is not comparable to 1 million gold coins. Talking about another one. Emperor rank first grade profound pill. This seemingly small mascot is generally able to sell for such a sky-high price. I am afraid it can also be taken advantage of. The booth in front of me was not too big or not too small. It had a range of just 3 meters. Even among the other booths next to it, it was not bad. But most of it is fleeting. As for the stall owner above this stall, it was a very thin man. He was dressed in coarse cloth to show his leanness to the extreme, but with Mu Yingying's mid-stage strength of the 5-star Do Emperor, he couldn't feel it at all. The breath of this stall owner. Hey, little girl, don't underestimate these 3 jade and exquisite rabbits. Just this third-rank, Emperor-level ice attribute beast is comparable to a human 3-star fighting emperor. The lean man also looked at it. Seeing that Mu Yingying liked the Sanyu exquisite rabbit very much, her eyes turned cold immediately, and then she looked around Mu Yingying. It's a bit expensive for you to sell. Although it's made of a demon core with the 3rd-grade ice attribute of the emperor, I'm afraid it won't be able to use such a high price. Otherwise you might as well go grab it. The next moment, a very hearty voice also slowly appeared in front of the booth. It's just that Xiao Yan also said in a voice that he could only hear, is it only the 3rd emperor rank? It seems that the limit in this medicine market is probably at this price. The demon cores above the 4th rank of the emperor are expensive and there is no market in the market, let alone the 6th rank of the emperor. Xiao Yang murmured and stared at the stall owner in front of him. Xiao Yang. Mu Yingying also raised her head, then glanced at Xiao Yang, and then she didn't know what to think in her beautiful eyes, but the long eyelashes around her beautiful eyes also flickered slightly, which was very moving. This little brother can't say that. These 3 jade exquisite rabbits are really not worth the price, but this thing has some other effects. The stall owner above the booth also found that Xiao Yang seemed to be a discerning master, and immediately did not hesitate. Oh? Hearing this, Xiao Yang also listened with great interest. Hey, I believe you have felt it too, little girl. In the head of the Sanyu exquisite rabbit, there is an extremely cold power emitting faintly. Although I don't know what kind of power this is, but something that can be cracked by a 7-star Do Emperor powerhouse, I think it will definitely not be a mortal thing. The stall owner also said slowly. Well, there is such a power. I don't know what kind of power it is, but I feel that this thing is a bit secret, and it is also very cute. Mu Yingying heard the words and took the stall owner's words. Even so, but the price is not so expensive, right? Xiao Yang also gave Mu Yingying a helpless glance. Is this Mu Yingying really stupid or? This stall owner is obviously a profiteer, sitting on the ground to raise prices. How can this Mu Yingying still follow his words? In a breath, Mu Yingying also seemed to realize that what she had just done was wrong. Her cheeks flushed immediately, and then she looked at Xiao Yang. Hey, girl, your little lover is quite shabby, so following him like this will not help you in the future. The future status is at stake. The stall owner also joked. Cough cough cough. Xiao Yan was also quite frightened by the sudden action of the stall owner, and immediately coughed a few times. 1 million gold coins, let's add this. Xiao Yan was too lazy to talk nonsense with the stall owner, and then picked up an inconspicuous thing above the stall owner. It was a yellowed and tattered scroll, but the yellowed ones could no longer read the words on it, and could only guess that it should not be an ordinary thing. The reason why Xiao Yang did this was because he was afraid that the profiteer would sit on the ground and raise the price, and then just grab it. But this seemingly yellowed and useless scroll was actually issued by the core inscription of the divine movement deep within Xiao Yang's body. After a change, Xiao Yang also made this move. Hey, wait, I won't sell this thing. The next moment, Xiao Yang also took out the Do-Di crystal card, ready to pay the old man 1 million gold coins, but unexpectedly the old man in front of him broke through and said this. Hey boy, if I expected it to be good, you should be an alchemist, right? The next moment, the stall owner also said to Xiao Yang. I am. Xiao Yang was also slowly holding the yellowed tattered scroll in his hand, but he muttered in his heart, damn, did this person discover the abnormality of this scroll? Don't worry, a pharmacist at the first grade emperor level has a limitless future, and I won't do anything excessive. But I think there is a deal that may interest the little brother. The stall owner also said with a smile. What deal? Xiao Yang also snorted coldly, and then a huge soul force poured out instantly. Sure enough, it's an alchemist at the first rank of the emperor. And this soul power is vaguely about to break through the emperor realm. Okay. The lean stall owner also laughed. Little brother, it's like this. After the auction here is over in a few days, we plan to go to the wilderness outside the Xianling royal family. That's why I want to hire my little brother to be the alchemist of our mercenary group Tilda. After all, in the wild, if there is no alchemist to follow along, once you are in a desperate situation, it will be no different from death. And according to the information we have obtained, it is obvious that some places in this wilderness area require the soul power of the alchemist to pass. The stall owner also said. Wilderness area. Xiao Yang heard the words, his pupils also widened tightly. In the wilderness area, there seems to be some monster races inhabiting it, and it is also very close to the center of this lonely desert of death. Once known as the place with the highest death rate. Even the 8-star Do Emperor would not dare to pass through here rashly, which shows how terrifying this wilderness area is. And the most important thing is that Xiao Yang also knows that in any wilderness area, there are very likely the last two things that Xiao Yang needs. The demon core and the blood essence of the monster with the ice attribute of the Emperor rank 6. What benefits can I get? Xiao Yang also said to the stall owner in front of him with great interest. For some reason, Xiao Yang felt that the stall owner was not a profiteer at this time. You follow our mercenary group. This time, you only need to be responsible for providing the recovery pills continuously. When necessary, use your soul power to open the way for us. You don't need to worry about the rest. And we will have a 6-star fighting emperor to protect you all the way. The stall owner was overjoyed when he heard this. After all, this stall owner also went to the Alchemist Association of the Xianling royal family to send a recruitment, but there is no alchemist willing to go to the extremely dangerous place in the wilderness. As for the benefits, you can bring it up yourself. The stall owner said quite cheerfully. Yes? Then I won't be greedy. If possible, give me a demon core of an Emperor rank 6th grade ice attribute beast and its blood essence. After Xiao Yang finished speaking, he also calmly looked at the stall owner in front of him. Xiao Yang knew that the ice attribute Emperor rank 6th grade demon beasts he needed were rare and hard to find, but Xiao Yang also believed that his dignified Emperor rank 1st rank peak alchemist was worth the price. Because from the words of the stall owner, it is not difficult to hear that the stall owner also went to the Alchemist Association of the Xianling royal family to recruit, but none of the alchemists were willing to go. After all, that wilderness area is a place where there is no life and death. What? The next moment, when the stall owner heard this, he frowned slightly. Good boy, what a big lion. The stall owner also said slowly in his heart. Little brother, your request is too much. We need to prepare all the medicinal materials for refining and restoring the medicinal herbs that we need for this trip, and we also have to spend a 6-star Do Emperor powerhouse to protect you. Emperor rank monsters, those above the 3rd order Emperor rank, are already quite hard to find, and they all know how to live in groups and occupy the mountains as kings. As for this 6th rank Emperor rank monster, if you can find them, you may not be able to kill them. Not to mention the extremely precious magic core and blood essence. The stall owner also said with a slight wink. Come on, although I don't know what you have encountered, but I can assure you that with me, no soul force will attack you. A trace emerges out of the body. What a terrifying flame. The stall owner also sensed it and said, Okay. That's such a happy decision. Little brother, then I wish us a happy cooperation in advance. After finishing speaking, the stall owner also laughed. It's a pleasure to work with. Xiao Yan also laughed. I'll go too. Mu Yingying, who was squatting on the ground, also raised her hand slightly, and said tremblingly. What are you doing? Such a dangerous place is not suitable for girls. You should go back to the sect and stay obediently. Xiao Yang also said full of admonitions. I'm going. After Mu Yingying finished speaking, she also picked up the Sanyu exquisite rabbit in her hand and turned her head. Forget it, go back and talk about it. Xiao Yang said. Boss, how does this thing count? The next moment, Xiao Yang also pointed at the yellowed tattered scroll. Forget it, this thing should be given to you. As for the 3 jade exquisite rabbit, it only costs 100,000 gold coins. The stall owner also said. Damn, it really is a profiteer. Xiao Yang also cursed in his heart when he heard this. After speaking, Xiao Yang also picked up the yellowed torn scroll above the stall owner's booth, and then slowly put it away. That? Xiao Yang, can you lend me some money? After a few seconds, Mu Yingying also turned her head slightly and said to Xiao Yang. Because Mu Yingying also discovered that she didn't have any money on her body. Take it. When Xiao Yang heard the words, he also directly gave the Do Emperor crystal card in his hand to the stall owner in front of him and slowly crossed out 100,000. He, little brother, is really refreshing. I will contact you when the auction of the Xianling royal family is over. After the man finished speaking, an orange vindictive aura slowly radiated from his body, and then a trace of it spread into Xiao Yang's body. At that time, you can rely on this little strength to contact. The stall owner in front of him also said slowly. Then let's go first. After Xiao Yang finished speaking, he also dragged Mu Yingying away from here, and walked towards the deepest part of the medicine market. Ha ha, what an interesting little guy. The stall owner also stared at Xiao Yang and Mu Yingying who were leaving. Although I don't know what that yellowed scroll is, it won't be a simple thing. But forget it, a pharmacist of the 1st rank of the Emperor has the right to sell him a favor. This kid is the first pharmacist who dares to go to places like the desert this year. The stall owner laughed slowly after he finished speaking. After smiling a little, the lean man also slowly put some medicinal herbs and strange things in front of him into the collection ring, and then disappeared into the crowd. That? Xiao Yang, I will pay you back the 100,000 gold coins. Mu Yingying also let Xiao Yang pull her, and then she bit her lips and said stubbornly. Xiao Yang, who was walking in front, also turned his head to look at the words after hearing the words, then did not speak, and continued to walk. Don't get me wrong, it's because I followed my brother when I was at home, so I didn't carry any money with me. Seeing that Xiao Yang's expression had not changed at all, Mu Yingying was also speaking deeply. I was afraid that Xiao Yang would misunderstand. Okay, I see. Xiao Yang went to the car and shrugged. This mere 100,000 gold coins, to be honest, Xiao Yang really did not pay attention to it. After all, alchemist is a very rich profession. With Xiao Yang's current strength as a pharmacist at the peak of the first emperor rank, his wealth is said to be rich enough to rival a country. Not too much. It's just that some high-level medicinal pills are basically priceless, and there are very few high-level alchemists willing to take away the medicinal pills they have worked so hard to refine with gold coins. Because high-level alchemists all like a trading principle. Barter. This is the high-level pharmacist's method, exchanging the high-level medicinal pills refined in his own hands for some of the medicinal materials he needs, or the favor of some powerful people. This is the high-level pharmacist. Mu Yingying, who was on the side, also followed Xiao Yang, but the palm of his hand was also stroking the extremely smooth Sanyu exquisite rabbit. Entering, although weak, does exist. With such an appearance, it is obvious that he is extremely fond of this thing. The two of Xiao Yang walked towards the medicine market calmly. Xiao Yang also slowly probed the tattered yellowish scroll in his heart with his soul power. The huge soul force had just touched the tattered scroll, and was immediately blocked by an invisible force, but at this time, deep within Xiao Yang's body, the core inscription of the divine movement of life hidden in the Nigong Wan also emitted a burst of energy. Quite greedy taste. There are a lot of people here, so let's go back and talk about it. With a plan in his mind, Xiao Yang was relieved, and then he directly inspected the surroundings. Here, it seems that I am very close to the depths of the drug market, because the stalls on the two sides of the road have obviously decreased, and even the flow of people is also feared. Because, those who can come here are at least people with certain strength and background. Otherwise, ordinary people will not come here, and no one will do things that are boring. Hey! You seem to have something interesting about you. The next moment, a coquettish anger sounded beside Xiao Yang. Who? At the next moment, Xiao Yang also suddenly felt a vague force appearing beside him, and he immediately became vigilant. On the other hand, Mu Yingying seemed to be the Sanyu exquisite rabbit in his opponent. For love, no other voices were found at all. Xiao Yang became vigilant, then slowly turned his head to look at the place where the coquettish voice came from. What was reflected in Xiao Yang's pupils was a young girl. Lingli, who is dressed in orange-yellow clothes, draws its graceful curves to the fullest. Her slightly round face also reveals a different kind of beauty. The perfect curve around her waist, which is comparable to the waist of a water snake, has also provoked countless people in the past. People looked envious, but there was a rather spiritual jade pendant on the woman's waist, and an earth character on the jade pendant also reflected in Xiao Yang's pupils. At this time, the woman's beautiful eyes like a crescent moon were slowly staring at Xiao Yang, and it was obvious that what she just said was to Xiao Yang. What a strong and thick fluctuation of fighting qi. With his excellent soul perception, Xiao Yang also discovered the unusualness of the woman in front of him, and was secretly surprised immediately. This woman in orange clothes showed a thick feeling like a mountain all over her body. This was Xiao Yang's first impression of this woman. Hey, there seems to be something very different about you, take it out and show it to me. The woman also insisted, and then said to Xiao Yang, her pupils also staring at Xiao Yang, as if she was staring at her hand. The food is average. Don't take it. Xiao Yang also snorted coldly, then dragged Mu Yingying directly towards the depths of the medicine market. Wait. I'm interested in the things that earth spirits are interested in, but no one has yet agreed. The woman in the orange dress in front of him also snorted coldly. Obviously, because of Xiao Yang's sudden action, he felt a little resentful. Hearing this, Xiao Yang frowned. Obviously, this is the territory of the Xianling royal family. There was a conflict with their Xianling royal family because of the Xianling imperial pond. Now, no matter what you say, you can't have a conflict with them. Ignore the words of this earth spirit, and then prepare to leave with Mu Yingying. Seeing this, Tu Ling also came directly to the middle of the road, blocking the way for the two of them. Mu Yingying also seemed to notice the strength of this woman, and immediately moved her lips slightly, then put away the Sanyu Linglong rabbit in her hand, then stopped her pace, and said slightly to the earth spirit, "Get out of the way." With a slightly flat voice, the smell of gunpowder permeates. What can I do if I don't allow it? Tu Ling was not at all displeased by Mu Yingying's words, but continued to block the road and prevent the two of them from passing. It's just that the earth spirit at this time, although extremely pampered on the surface, is actually very surprised. Because of her beauty alone, her earth spirit was already weaker than Mu Yingying. The earth spirit is as thick as a mountain, and Mu Yingying is more like a fairy who doesn't eat fireworks. So it is inevitable that the earth spirit has some resentment in her heart. Forget it, let's walk around. Xiao Yang also waved to Mu Yingying, who was beside him, and then Mu Yingying's fighting chi that had just started to calm down. Yes. Xiao Yang replied softly, and then ignored the woman. Hey, wait a minute. Tu Ling also found that his plan failed, and immediately said a little depressed. In their Tujia, almost all people dote on her little princess, so that's why this Tu Ling has a high and arrogant heart. But Tu Ling also knew that even among Xian Santian's same generation, there were very few people who could interest him, so Tu Ling would stop Xiao Yang and the two rashly today. Because the earth spirit also discovered that there seemed to be something in Xiao Yang that was extremely attractive to him, and the earth attribute fighting chi in his body couldn't help but gear up, and that's why the current scene was created. Do you have any backbone? Let's go like this. Tu Ling also continued to say unrelentingly. Xiao Yang and the two also ignored the earth spirit, and continued to walk slowly. Humph! Tu Ling snorted coldly, and then the orange-colored fighting spirit slowly emerged. The next moment, a huge vindictive aura also appeared in an instant. The initial stage of the 5-star Do Di. This earth spirit is actually a powerhouse in the early stage of the 5-star Do Emperor. At such an age, he has the strength of the 5-star Do Emperor in the early stage, and I am afraid that his future achievements will also be extremely impressive. With the appearance of the earth spirit, Xiao Yang instantly discovered the source of this power, and immediately became vigilant. Drink. Tu Ling snorted coldly, and then the orange-colored grudge also disappeared from his body, and he didn't know where it went. Xiao Yang in the distance seemed to be aware of this abnormality, and then a huge soul force emerged. Could it be? Is it underground? Xiao Yang also murmured. Boom boom boom. Before Xiao Yang had time to think, the ground under Xiao Yang's feet became soft. The next moment, a giant gate also burst out from the ground, and then directly locked Xiao Yang. After all, Xiao Yang is not a fuel-efficient lamp. Just when he discovered the abnormality of the ground under his feet, he let go of Mu Yingying's hand. Hey, I'll see if you're still running now. Tu Ling also finished this, and then happily limped towards Xiao Yang's place. Xiao Yang. Mu Yingying's palm was released by Xiao Yang for a moment, and she also realized that something was wrong. So just when she was about to provoke her vindictiveness, Xiao Yang's voice appeared slowly. Old man, don't blame me if I don't show up. Xiao Yang, who was trapped in the orange-yellow Do Chi cage, also said slowly. The voice just fell, a huge soul force, it also appeared in an instant. Then attacked in the direction of the earth spirit. Shabu. The terrifying soul force was about to hit the earth spirit in an instant, and a broad energy palm intercepted it out of thin air. Ha ha, the young man is young, don't kill like this. A voice fell, and a middle-aged man appeared beside Tu Ling. The old man's hair and beard were all white, but only Xiao Yang knew that this seemingly simple old man was actually extremely powerful. If the power of the soul that he had just now was based on the strength of the Earth Spirit 5-star Do Emperor in the early stage, he would definitely not be able to resolve it so easily. The old man's ability to defuse his own attack so easily means that the old man's strength is unfathomable. Ha ha, senior is too flattering. It's just that this woman took the lead in attacking us, and we fought back. Xiao Yang was also so savage, he could see at a glance that the old man and Tu Ling were obviously in the same position, and he immediately said mercilessly, "Ha ha, if my young lady is offended a lot, I hope the two of you will calm down." The old man also smiled slowly, because the old man found some clues from the attack of Xiao Yang's soul power just now. It's impossible to offend, but when you miss us so much time and attack us, do you need to compensate for some mental damage? Xiao Yang said with a slow smile. Spiritual loss fee. Tu Ling heard the words and was also the boss with his pupils wide open, and then stared at Xiao Yang in front of him with a smile on his face. Is this Xiao Yang really stupid? Their Tujia is among the Xianling royal family, but even the royal family must respect their family 3 points, not to mention other forces. This Xiao Yang actually wants to blackmail them. Did you make a mistake? If there is a mental loss fee, it depends on whether you have the ability to take it. Tu Ling also said arrogantly. I don't know what the little brother is going to need. Just when Tu Ling was about to continue mocking Xiao Yang, the old man, who was in charge of protecting him from the family around him, also stopped Tu Ling and said, It's not too much. Just give me dozens of medicinal herbs that can refine the first-grade imperial rank, or just give me a few other medicinal herbs of the imperial rank. Xiao Yang also instantly shattered the orange-colored Do Chi cage, and then said. Mu Yingying, who was beside her, heard Xiao Yang's lion's big mouth, and she couldn't close her mouth with joy. This Xiao Yang is clearly a robbery. I am afraid that every one of the medicinal materials used to refine the first-grade emperor is extremely precious. If there are dozens of them, the total value is inestimable. Let's talk about the other pills of the imperial class. The first-grade pills of the emperor's rank are already priceless, let alone a few, and the value is even higher than the sky-high price. Good boy, I have to say, he has courage. But you have to think carefully, blackmailing our Tujia is not a very wise thing. The old man also said slightly, but he was really taken aback by this Xiao Yang. If it wasn't for the little princess of the Tujia, who took the initiative to provoke Xiao, I'm afraid the old man wouldn't be so polite with the children. After all, it was their Tujia who took the blame. Tujia? I haven't heard of it. Xiao Yang also shook his head and said. What? You don't know our Tujia? You. I'm going to kill you. Tu Ling said angrily. Who is this Xiao Yang? Judging from his appearance, he can be regarded as a rather elegant and gentle man. How could he even know the Tujia people? Yingying, do you know the Tujia? Xiao Yang also turned his head and asked. I don't know either. Mu Yingying also thought it was a little funny, and then said to Xiao Yang. Hurry up and lose money, we have other things to do. Xiao Yang also ignored the earth spirit, and said to the old man beside the earth spirit. This little brother, what happened before was our Tujia's fault, but please sell our Tujia's face. In the future, we will definitely pay you a lot of money. The old man also seemed to know that this Xiao Yang was not a person to be easy to mess with. Tu Jia carried out. As I said, I don't know what Tu Jia is. Xiao Yan also snorted coldly. Apparently the only patience he had was worn out. Little brother, you have to think carefully. If you do this, if you offend our Tu Jia, the old man said helplessly. This little princess of my own Tu Jia family is a provocateur. She just came out of the Tu Jia family and caused such a person. Offend your Tu Jia. Then you should also think about it. It's not a good thing to offend an alchemist who is at the peak of the first rank of the emperor. Xiao Yang heard the words, but he did not hide it. The medal with 3-star patterns also appeared slowly. What? This kid is actually an alchemist, at the peak of the first rank emperor rank. At the next moment, it was the earth spirit's turn to be surprised, and the earth spirit also ate it, and couldn't close his mouth. The earth spirit knows that the alchemist is the most annoying existence in this world. The grading of the alchemist medal, 1 star, represents the alchemist of the first grade emperor rank, and the 3 patterns represent the 3 levels of medicinal pills in the first grade emperor. There are 3 levels of heaven and earth. But it is no exaggeration to say that 1 star and 1 pattern represent an alchemist who can refine a first grade imperial pill. As for the 1 star and 3 pattern medal on Xiao Yang's chest at this time, it means that Xiao Yang is an alchemist who is capable of refining a first-grade emperor-level Qiandan. Moreover, Xiao Yang's 3rd pattern is also extremely dazzling. This further shows that Xiao Yang is an alchemist at the peak of the first rank of the emperor. Breaking through the 2nd rank emperor rank is just around the corner. A pharmacist at the peak of the 1st rank emperor. The old man also shrank his pupils tightly, obviously staring at the alchemist medal on Xiao Yang's chest in disbelief. This medal of alchemist cannot be faked. All alchemist associations have records, so the shocking vision of this medal is extremely huge. It turned out to be an alchemist's armor. Forgive our clumsiness this time, adults, please don't care. The old man is also not bad for his old age. The time between a few breaths was adjusted, and then he smiled. Ha ha, changing your face is faster than flipping a book. Xiao Yang snorted coldly when he heard this. What's wrong with your lord? We were wrong just now. We will give you the compensation your lord needs later. The old man also said slowly. That's the best way. After Xiao Yang finished speaking, he also left here directly, not to worry about seeing the two of them. Mu Yingying also found it funny to follow Xiao, but at this moment, Mu Yingying was also extremely shocked. Although he had long known that Xiao Yang was an alchemist, he did not expect this rank to be so high. The pinnacle of the 1st rank emperor rank, this is comparable to the chief alchemist of some small families. Maybe. That thing, let him try it. Mu Yingying also followed behind Xiao Yang, and then she looked at it hard in her heart. The two also disappeared here, and then headed towards the depths of the medicine market. Master. Could it be that we really want to be extorted by that person just now? With the disappearance of Xiao Yang and the two, Tu Ling also woke up from the shock just now. The chief pharmacist of their Tu Jia family is only a pharmacist at the peak of the 2nd grade emperor, and he is also very old. The speed and quality of refining medicine pills are not as good as before. See you now at this young age. Xiao Yang possessed the alchemist medal and strength at the peak of the 1st rank of the emperor, and he was immediately disappointed. Because Tu Ling was in the Tu Jia family, she has always been known as a rare genius of the Tu Jia family in the past 100 years. Even some of the elders of the Tu Jia family are very fond of her. So this is the reason why the Tu Ling has a habit of being pampered. You little girl, now you know that there are people outside the world, right? Tu Ling's master didn't mean to blame at all, and then said, Master, I know I'm wrong. Tu Ling also said coquettishly. Oh, I really can't help you. But this kid really makes me feel weird. Just the huge soul power is very close to the chief pharmacist of our family. Even if he can reach such a terrifying height at a young age, I am afraid that his future achievements will be limitless. Tu Ling's master also said. Master, do you need to check his details? Tu Ling also thought a little and then said. No, at such an age to be able to reach such a height, I'm afraid the forces behind it are also extremely terrifying. And the pharmacist is a hornet's nest, so he can't be provoked. Let's get those things ready as soon as possible and send them over. After Master Tu Ling finished speaking, he also slowly looked into the distance. I really don't know what kind of old guy he is, he can train such an excellent disciple. This video will end here.